Hello. Hello. Um, just to do just a quick video right now while I update the latest edits on Mnemosyne and just talk a little bit about what's going on. Um, One of the things I am planning on, and I hope to get working on it soon, is um, is an actual script. Usually I do these off the top of my head. I know it's not obvious that I'm just making this up as I go along, but I am. Anyway, I am working on an actual script for a video. I'm still doing a little research on it. It's going to be about what I believe is the absolute worst book ever written. Honestly, the worst book I have ever read, the worst book as far as I'm concerned ever written. So there's that. I'm working on that. I'm also trying to get the blurb for the Fast Fading Light written. I do have a cover for it, so it's just about ready to go. I just have to write the blurb and get it done. Mnemosyne here is the 14th book concerning what at the start of the story is yeah, at the beginning of the story, it begins with the who we think is the last human immortal left in the galaxy, as far as she knows. So, and I wrote this. Oddly enough, was written very quickly. I wrote this in like 2 months and a week. That was like the fastest I ever written anything. It's grown a bit since then as I've refined the story and put in some things just to elucidate the background. Because this is a character that's been in other stories. Um, if you've read Raven, or the story All My Yesterdays Remembered from Campfire Stories, then you've met Lisa Stennis before. But this is way in the future. This is set in the year 12,662. This is the farthest in the future I've gone. Yeah, 12,662 at the start. We're a bit farther beyond that at the end. As far as she knows, Lisa is the last immortal. They all just disappeared on her. And she's at the end of her search. She spent 1,000 years looking for them, and she can't find them. But then, at the end, well, we'll leave it at that. So I'm just working right now on the last edit. What I usually do, let's hold this up here. What I usually do is I'll print out the hard copy, and I'll read through it with a red gel pen, and I'll just edit as I go along. I format everything in 6x9, which is the usual size that I publish the books in. So I've started editing. As I type up the first drafts, typing them up in 6x9. This way they're already formatted. I don't have to worry about it. Because if you have things like quotes that are set off, or something else that's set off, and when you change from 8.5x11 to 6x9, all that gets screwed up, and you have to go and redo it, and it gets frustrating. And then then from there I just upload the actual file itself. I keep all the previous edits, just so I can see how I'm doing. So me babbling a little bit as we go along. this is the farthest I've gone into the future. Uh, by the end of the story, the story ends in the year 12979. So that's as far in the future as I have ever gone. I've gone farther into the past, 13.8 billion years plus 1 day in the past. And to find out about that, you have to get Campfire Stories and read the first story, The End of Seconds. The edits on this edit, there were not a lot of actual things that were rewritten. There's a lot of cleaning up dialogue, making sure all the sequences and scenes work out. And everything happens the way it should, and I'm not repeating myself too frequently. I have an annoying habit of doing that. Also watching out for repeating phrases. I have an annoying habit of everything happens in a moment. Everything happens in a moment. Everybody hesitates for a moment. Everybody hesitates. So just cleaning that up. I don't worry too much about that. I don't worry too much about that when I'm on my first draft, because, you know, the first draft doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be finished. Or, as Hemingway said, the first draft of everything is shit. So yeah, nothing, just keep going. I'm plowing ahead on Spiritus Mundi and Under the Dark of the Moon. Little stuck on that. I'm plotting out what happens, because we have the final in Under the Dark of the Moon. We are heading towards the final confrontation between Brenna and her antagonist, the guy who's been trying to kill her throughout the whole novel. I'm actually impressed that it's over 97,000 words. Give me a minute. Let me just check here real quick. Honestly, I really wish I could have some music playing in the background or something while I'm doing this. Except, I'm not in the mood to get a copyright strike from YouTube. I did that once. I just off the top of my head started recording a video and didn't even think about it. And had a Billy Joel song playing in the background. Next thing I know, I'm getting a copyright strike. It's like, oh crap, not doing that again. Anyway, Under the Dark of the Moon is at 97,208 words as of right now, and that's still the first draft. It's only taken me 16 years to get this far. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So I'm working on that. Brenna's a little mad at me because she changed her hair color. I changed her hair color. In a previous chapter, she had mentioned that it was time for a change, and so I thought, okay, you're now a redhead. She was brunette. Now you're a redhead. She was a little annoyed with that, and I had to remind her that, well, you were almost And my mouse just died. Where am I? And my mouse just died. Bear with me a moment here. Good thing about a wireless mouse. Should have expected this. I use a wireless keyboard and a wireless mouse. And the keyboard had to be recharged yesterday, so oh well, not the end of the world. Over and around the camera, phone, I should say. Okay. Like Mnemosyne. So, yeah, this is, like I said, this is mostly just a quick check-in that I'm working on that script, and it's rolling right along. I've been off for, this is my third day off in a row, and I'm not used to this. My current job, which is a work from home position, so that's a plus to begin with. But it's we actually have holidays off. Now, after my 20-something years in retail, actually it's almost 40-something years between customer-facing retail and call centers, and all the Black Fridays that I've worked, I will never think of Black Friday as a holiday, but apparently it's considered a holiday. So I was off yesterday, and no, I did not leave the house, the apartment, I should say. But no, I did leave the apartment. I went to get mail. Anyway, so yeah, and it's just been so November was not a good month. My issues kept. I know you're all probably tired of hearing about my issues, but you know, you take away my issues and I'm nothing even with them, but whatever. So yeah, it was not a good month. Virtually every day was an emotional was a mental roller coaster. You name an emotion, I've probably felt it over the course of a day. But we keep moving on. Yeah, so like I said, with the editing, I'm just updating the file. And then I'll also save it to Google Docs, just in case by some miracle somebody actually agrees to beta read it, and actually does beta read it. You know, everybody will say, "Well, you should have beta readers." Yeah, great. I mean, I've got friends, and some of them will say, "Yeah, I'll certainly read it," and then I never hear from them again. So, yeah. It also allows me to oh my, it's got lost. Okay, never mind. And so yeah, that's what I've been doing since the last video. I am planning. I am thinking very seriously about picking up at least one or two pens, maybe some ink, for Christmas. So I'll probably be doing a review on those. Um, I don't know I don't know when I'll have the script for the worst book ever written. Um, I'm just like I said, I'm still doing a little bit of research on it. Trying to find a little bit more about the author himself. And yeah, that's about it for now, guys. Thank you for listening to me babble, watching me edit, and um, take care of yourself. Um, if you do go and buy one of the books, just please remember to leave a review at the end. Good, bad, or indifferent doesn't really matter to me anymore. Um, Happy holidays going forward if you celebrate. If you don't, have a good December. And remember, we are each of us the heroes of our own stories and the villains of someone else's. This is the way. Take care, guys. Bye.